You don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna edit it and just get it to this part where you pull it out. So
normally it ain't this hard.
It doesn't matter. They're not gonna see it.
Alright, so today I'd like to show you how I set a coyote trap here in North Carolina. I'll go over my basic tools first, kind of what you need to get started. First off, obviously you're gonna need a trap. I use MB550 offsets. They're made by Minnesota Trapline Products. You can go to their website and order pretty much everything I've got here from them. This is an offset jaw trap. It's a 5.5 inch jaw spread trap. The offset just kind of allows the animal to be more comfortable in the trap, and it won't tear up their leg as bad if you catch one of your neighbor's dogs or something like that by accident. And then I've just got a little quick connect piece here to my disposable anchor, and this is a Fang disposable anchor. It's a little long. Just what I have right now. 12 inch is really all you need, but this is an 18 inch, so I've kind of got to beat it down into the ground further to stay within our legal laws here in North Carolina. Outside of that, you're gonna need a sifter. This is a square mesh shifter. You can buy diamond mesh shifters. You can kind of get all down into it however deep you want to go, but this is just what I have. You're gonna need a stake driver for your stake. Obviously you just connect it up and beat it down to the ground. I'll show you that here in a second. This is kind of really nice to have. I went on ahead and bought it. You don't need it, but it's just a 2-inch auger. You can buy 3-inch augers if you want a bigger hole. But when you connect it up to a drill, it just allows you to drill your dirt holes a lot easier and a lot more efficiently, and you don't get as tired as fast. I also have a little mason's hammer here to help me dig. You can buy a big old sledgehammer, like a 3.5 pound maul, and they come with like a welded piece on the back, but I've also heard those break a lot, so I went on ahead and got a mason's hammer, and I really like this a lot. Instead of that 3.5 pound hammer, I have a rubber mallet here. It's really nice because it's not an ear-piercing metal hitting sound in your ear every time you swing and hit your stake driver. And then obviously you need a trowel to help you dig out and help you chop some dirt or chop some brush if you need to in a pinch situation. And then we'll dive into my bucket here. So I've got a bottle of urine with a spray head on the top. Some people don't like the spray heads. I like using it. It allows me to get my spray more accurately where I want my urine at. I also have some polyfill, and that's what I use to put under my pan to keep dirt out from under my pan. You get a rock up under your pan and the coyote steps on it, it won't trip off the set because you've got something barring that pan from lowering and allowing your trap to set off. So that's what I stuff up under my trap pan. We'll go into some baits here. So one bait I've had some pretty good luck with is an RK's Predator Bait Plus. It's a really nice bobcat based bait. My best bait that I've used is Cavin's Hiawatha Valley. It's the first bait I bought, and I've seemed to have the best luck with this one in the holes. It's a long distance predator bait. It's really nice. It's a little more liquidy, I'd say, than the RK's Predator Bait Plus, but it works. And next we'll get into some lures. So the best lure I've got is Minnesota Red, and when I pair that with my Cavin's Hiawatha Valley and my fox urine, it is the best combination I've had so far. I've caught several coyotes on it this year, and most of them have come on this combination. I've also got a Cavin's Yodel Dog, which is a coyote lure. It's a coyote gland lure, but I think it'd probably work a little bit better with some coyote urine, but I have caught coyotes on this, the coyote gland, my red fox urine, and my both of my baits. And then I've also got some Cavin's Gusto, which is a long distance predator lure. And it works just as good as well, but like I said, my best combination is that Minnesota Red, Hiawatha Valley from Cavin's with the Cavin's Red Fox urine. And with that, we'll get ready and start making up our trap. Alright guys, so one thing about trapping, you're going to be on your hands and knees. You're going to be using your hands, sitting on your knees. One thing that's really nice to have is something to keep the scent from your jeans and your body off the ground, and so you need a nice pair of good rubber gloves and a nice set of knee pads to keep that scent. You're also going to want a pair of rubber boots to keep the scent as you're walking off. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to get ready and start kind of clearing out my trap bed here, so that way I've got a nice clean easy spot to work with for digging my hole and setting my trap. Alright, so now I'm going to take my drill and my auger and I'm going to make myself my dirt hole. Alright, so now that I've got my hole dug, I'm going to use my hand here as my measuring tool, because you want to back up 9 inches off your hole and then go over 2 inches to either the left or the right, because when the coyote comes up to get the trap or get the bait that you put down in your hole, he's going to step with his head there, and you're trying to predict where he's going to put his foot at. And ideally you want your foot, to step perfectly on your pan, and then you get a nice good foothold and you get yourself a coyote caught. So I like to go 2 inches to the left, and anyway, so I've got that marked off here with my hand. So now that I've got that, I'm gonna kind of clear out a little bit better for my trap. Now I'm going ahead and set my trap, because it's easier to work with time it's said and done. Get it off to the side. Now I'm going to use my mallet and drive my anchor down in the ground. So now you want to just make sure your stake is set by lifting up on your trap like so, and you'll feel it come up a little bit, and then it'll lock in. So now I'm going to just try and get my chain buried down a little bit, and I'm going to get my trap set in the ground. Now I'm going to take my polyfill, get me a little ball, and I'm going to throw it up under my pan. Start sifting some dirt over it. So I swipe my dirt off my pan, so that way my pan is the lowest spot in this trap bed, and that's where the coyote will want to put his foot at. Little maggot. Alright, so now I've got my trap bed nice and pretty looking. So we're going to take any kind of little rocks or roots, sticks, branches, anything, just some little obstruction on the right side of my trap, on the right side of my trap bed, because I've got my trap set on the left. And it's this kind of stuff prevents the coyote. He won't want to put his foot on any kind of loose rocks or loose sticks. So he'll move over to the clean patch, and that's where my trap is, and he'll step right into it. So just kind of place them like so. Alright, so now I've changed gloves into some rubber disposable gloves. You can use the same gloves that you set your trap with to put out your bait, but I just don't personally, because I don't want my scent of my urine or my scent of my lure getting on my trap and causing the coyote to come and dig up my trap. So I just switch gloves, and then I don't have to worry about that issue. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Cabins Hiawatha Valley, and I'm going to get me a spoon out of my bucket, and we're going to put some bait down in my hole. Use about a good tablespoon size. We'll drop it down in there. Leave my spoon sitting right there, just so that way I don't get it all over everything. Now I'm gonna take some of my Cavin's Minnesota Red lure. It's a fox gland. And I'm gonna find a little stick. This right here is perfect. You just want barely the tip of a toothpick is too much. So we're gonna slide that up here in my backing and get ready to add some urine. So I'm gonna take some urine and I'm gonna add a few squirts back here to my backing as the fox marks his territory. Get my spoon. And once we clean up, hopefully next week, or hopefully by the end of the week, because it's the end of the trapping season this week, hopefully by the end of the week this will have a coyote in it. Y'all stay tuned and we'll find out.